talk show, podcast, that option. I think it changed it and accepted that change, and then the very last second switched it back to ready or not. But that shouldn't be a too big of an issue because the only thing that uses that now is Twitch. Let me see if that actually happened. No, it went to the podcast. Okay, no, it's working. I don't know why it did that then. Oh well. Well, everyone, welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Coffee. This is the episode where I have a cup of coffee. I have a list of topics. I would keep talking about those topics till I finish the coffee. Though maybe not this time again. I know it's been a while since I've actually finished the coffee here, but I do have a lot to work on. I don't know. Maybe I will finish the coffee. I don't think so. This episode, I talk a lot about episodes of Monday Morning Coffee being short. The word I'm going to use for this one is casual. Because as the title suggests, I'm in my experimenting arc. If you follow the State of the Union that I do every year, you know that there are years of contraction and years of expansion or experimenting, where I try a bunch of different stuff. This is an experimental year, an expansion year. And a lot of this has to do with Monday Morning Coffee, of course, because Monday Morning Coffee is first and foremost an update show where I talk about what I've been doing. And so I wanted to talk a couple about those experiments. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Monday Morning Coffee, what the formula for Monday Morning Coffee is. Also. Well, first of all, I wanted to point out this is episode 65 of Monday Morning Coffee. And how long? Because there was two other podcasts before this. If you're a prime Astuka historian, which I cannot believe anyone is besides me, but I am. So I'm going to talk about it. There were two podcasts before this, Astuka and Friends and Astuka Gaming, and they both went on for a pretty long time, but my goal was to hit 100 episodes, just because that's a funny little number, and I got very close. I think altogether I have over 100 episodes, but the other two I got close, but I never quite made it. Here's something this one can make it. Especially since we're already halfway there, I might as well. If I go to the video archive, how far did these go? Oh, Jesus. What was the last episode? The last episode of Studio Gaming was in 2016. And it was... Which episode? I think it was this one. Oh, it only got to 36. Well, that's kind of depressing. Never mind, that didn't make it very far. I thought it went a lot farther. Well, how far did Astuka and Friends... Astuka and Friends, I felt like was shorter. Not longer. Was this... I think it was... also 36! Holy shit! You're kidding! They both got to 36 before they quit? I think that's true. So we powered through, apparently, a huge blocker that I did not know about. What were we doing for our episode 36? Hold on. What happened there? We're on episode... We're so far ahead now. I would have made a special thing about... Okay, it's worth noting, episode 36 is 7 minutes long. Maybe a big reason why this lasted more than 36 episodes is because I stopped caring about the time in which they took. Because now it's like because Monday morning... So, for Astuka Gaming, it was always about the same length. Because I did that with Vaughn, so I had a co-host. Astuka and Friends, the co-host was different every single time, but I still usually had one. This is just me, and I think it being just me serves a lot better for its longevity. Because I will just turn it on and keep going for however long I want to. There are some episodes of this show that are 2 hours long. There are some episodes of this show that are 2 minutes long. Okay? I think that helps. So we're not quite to 100, but we are at least, we're probably like double, right? Well, 36 would be, no, 36, double 36 would be 72. But we're still doing pretty well, all things considered. Let's talk about some updates. I think I'm going to get the usual stuff out of the way first, so let me just talk about the channel. What's going on in this channel. I wasn't going to show anything secret, right? If I do this. It's not going to show anything at all. Okay. That works, I guess. Wait, actually, let me hide. Make it a little bit cleaner. How about that? Yeah, this looks fine. Okay, so on this channel, the next video, so the video that came out today or yesterday, is the Resident Evil 2 highlight reel. So that's all the streams of Resident Evil 2 combined into a single video. The video that's coming out after that one is the Metal Gear Solid V compilations. And that's 7 hours. I'm a little bit concerned about that one because I just assumed because it was 7 hours long, it would be really easy to get like 10-20 minutes of footage. But I've cut through 2 hours worth and I got 2 minutes. Although, I guess at that rate, I have 7 minutes. 7 minutes will be an episode, so maybe I'm fine. But I'm going for that one. I don't know if it's going to be released this weekend, but I'll try for it at the very least. On the shorts end, we're still doing Teardown. The Teardown ones have not been doing as well, which is very sad. But I feel like this whole thing goes through phases of doing really good. And yeah, see, there was a period where the BeamNG ones weren't doing very good either. I'm sure we'll make a comeback soon with the Teardown videos. We'll have to see. This is also the least viewed video on the channel. Is the Teardown one, and I don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad. I don't know why it has the least amount of views. I don't get it. Whatever, that's fine. And then live. Well, let's talk about live. So last week we did the first experiment of the image polls. So on our community tab, we now have polls talking about which games that I will likely play for the upcoming week. For this week, we might just do Tuesday. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to stream Wednesday or Thursday. It might just be Tuesday. So, that means your vote is especially important. But just to cover, we started Disco Elysium last week. We finished off Yakuza 0. And then you guys requested both of the recurring games, BeamNG and Ready or Not. So we did both of those. For this week, which remember, you can vote on this poll right now and decide what you would like to play. You could decide on it right now. Right this moment. So, and you can also see what I voted for. I tried to switch things up a little bit. So, for the first poll, and this one has the least amount of votes, so you have the most sway. If you are watching this right now and you want to tip the scales to see what we play on Tuesday, this is your perfect chance to do so. Okay? The first poll is between continuing Final Fantasy VII Remake, playing Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. I'll probably do the main story stuff. If I had to guess, catch up on the post Endwalker main story. That would be my goal. Or maybe Island Sanctuary. It depends on how proactive and productive I'm feeling that day. Civilization 4 is still on there, and then the Divinity Original Sin 2 is still on there. Might I remind you that the Divinity Original Sin 2 is a prerequisite for us playing Baldur's Gate 3. I feel the need to play Original Sin 2 for at least a little bit before we get into Baldur's Gate 3. But I also intend to play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 before we play Baldur's Gate 3, so basically there's going to be a very long time before we play Baldur's Gate 3, and that's by design, because large chunks of that game is broken still. Even though it's been out for like 4 years. But it's getting there. But it needs a little bit more time in the oven. So I figured the longer I wait to play Baldur's Gate 3, the better it's going to get. For the Part 2 poll, this one already has 6 votes. So you'll have a little bit less sway here. But still, keep it in mind. I mean, it's only 6 people. Right? It's only 6. Continuing Disco Elysium, which we started for the first time last week. Playing some WoW Classic Season of Discovery. I've been doing a lot of that off stream, so I just voted for it because I've been playing it a lot. The 2 new games here are, one, Death Stranding, because of course we finished Metal Gear Solid V, and I promised I would check out Death Stranding afterwards. And I hate the stretch on this, I'm sorry, but there's no way to really fix it because it's just all like that. Okay, anyway. Or Elden Ring, which will be our first Souls-like experience on the stream, and I will probably just start a new save for Elden Ring. I did have a save. I'm not gonna lie, I started using Cheat Engine on it because I got really sick. One of the bosses halfway through. I don't even remember what boss it was. But I mean, since I'm gonna be playing it on stream, I'm not gonna use any cheats or anything. It's just like when I get bored, we're gonna just stop playing it. So I'll just start from the beginning with a brand new save. And we'll just fuck around. I'll just do whatever build or whatever I think is funny or fun to do. And that's how we'll play that. But yeah, so far on the poll, we have, it looks like in order, first place Elden Ring. So Elden Ring currently has in the bag, but if you disagree with that, go ahead, vote it on the list. Or vote, I guess vote something else on the list. Vote if you're a big WoW fan, this is your time, apparently, because they're neck and neck. But anyway, so Elden Ring is number 1, and then second place is tied between FF7 Remake and Endwalker. I'm not gonna lie, if it does end up still being tied for second place, I'm probably going to give the Final Fantasy VII Remake just because it's an active game that we're currently playing. And for the continued games, not the recurring ones that can always happen any given time, but the continuing ones where there's a story and we're like going through it, I don't want to have too much time waiting to play it again. So I'll probably pick Final Fantasy VII Remake over Final Fantasy 14. But that's assuming that somebody else doesn't vote here, right? So if you vote, if you come in, if you're a big Lullafell Chad and you click Endwalker and Endwalker comes ahead of Final Fantasy VII Remake, then we'll play Endwalker. But if they're still tied for second place, then I'll probably pick Remake over Endwalker just because of that reason, because it's a continuous game that we're playing. There's a story, whereas Final Fantasy 14 we can pick up and drop out any given time. So that's the games that are currently on the docket for this week. And like I said, there'll probably only be one stream, if I had to guess. But there might be 2, but I mean, I'll have this stuff prepared just in case. So right now it's looking like for that stream, as it stands right now, it's going to be Elden Ring first block and Final Fantasy VII Remake second block, which, by the way, I should make sure that I have Elden Ring installed. Because I don't actually know if I do. I don't. Okay, that would probably be good for me to install Elden Ring. If it's going to be a game that I'm playing on stream. Okay, there we go. It's getting booted up. I have a lot of games that I installed from last week because I thought, oh, what if somebody votes on it? What if it's good? Is it gonna happen? What's it gonna happen? And then none of you voted on them. So now they're just sitting on my hard drive, and I should probably get rid of them at some point. But I'll keep putting them. The ones that I have installed, I'll just keep putting on the list until someone votes for them. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about too. Hold on, I have to find the button. Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about too. So, of course, right now, the way both of these polls work is that there's one continued game, one recurring game, and then 2 new choices. If we start getting a lot of continued games, like if you guys keep voting new stuff, it's going to kick off new slots, and it's going to replace them with continued slots. Because that's fair, right? And that's assuming, of course, that they don't become like one-offs, like they continue to be games that we play. Then they're going to kick off new slots. But this is usually the structure that they're going to have, is continued recurring new and new. But as there are more continued games that we're continuously playing, we're going to kick off new slots, and then at some point we'll also start kicking off the recurring slots, if that even works, right? So, hold on. The maximum amount that we can continue are 1, 2, or wait, no, because it's different, because it's like, I don't know. The point is that continued always has the first priority. Recurring will be on there if there's a slot for it, and then new is just sort of the lowest priority because it's adding more to the schedule, to the slots, than there already is. So that's my plan for that. That's this channel. On the other channel, I have not released anything. I hope to maybe release something today, or at least record something today, but oh god, my schedule, it's fucked. Speaking of fucked, let's talk about the experiments that are going on. So to make this a little bit cleaner, because I get a lot of questions about like what I'm doing, what I'm working on, etc., by a whole group of people, from random Instagram commenters to my mother. All right, and there is this show where I do try to explain what I'm doing, but first of all, I forget what I'm. It's like 90% of the stuff, except the stuff that's going on this channel, because you're watching this on this channel. So I talk about this channel a lot, but I don't talk about stuff like Boys and Girls or any of my business stuff with like JBR or anything. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to take the home page of my website, astukery.com or jacobrobinson.com. You can go to either one that goes to the same website. I plan on taking my website, and currently it just has this little blurb here where there's not a whole lot of details. I'm going to replace this. It's just going to be a big line of all the stuff that I'm working on. I'm going to update it every week with the show. And then on the show, I'm going to do like a mini presentation on what all this says and what's new. And that's going to be the new update section, because I feel like that makes it a lot more cleaner about now I have something that forces me to like actually talk about updates in a concrete sense and not just a vague sense. Because like I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm working on, but it's very hard for me to communicate because there's so much moving parts to all of this. Like there's a joke comedy streaming channel, which isn't really related to anything else, that I'm also working on that's like more serious, that actually brings in the money, but then all this other stuff that's like also experimental, but it's not comedy. Like there's so many different things that I kind of need a concrete way to organize them. And I feel like it's going to be better if it's on like a website or like a page that just explains everything, right? And then I can just go through it on here, and it'll make my life easier for this show. Another thing about this show, it's going to be a little bit different, a touch different, is for our quote-unquote second block for this show. So of course, updates, I try and keep as short as possible. Like, for example, they're usually around how long it's been so far, like 15 to 20 minutes, and then the rest of the show is something else. For the majority of the show, the something else has always been Armchair Detective, right? And I'm not going to get rid of Armchair Detective. It's going to stay. We still have 100 more line items on Armchair Detective. But what I have done is I've opened it up to other options. Let me see if I can actually take it. I don't know if there's any secret information on here that I can't. Well, I don't really want to spoil all the ideas I have. So there's different things. So Armchair Detective is one thing where we spin the wheel, we learn about a conspiracy theory or a murder mystery or something like that. I have tier lists. So tier maker with suggested options there. I have bracket fight, which is kind of like tier list, but it's like a bracket instead of a tiers. I have some stuff that I had planned for God, what was it? I already forgot. The Patreon exclusive show, Asukri's Cabana, which then kind of spun out into its own thing. So now we can just do it on here. Game Doll, which we did actually use as a replacement for Armchair Detective for a few weeks. We can come back to that. And then a couple of other secret ones I'm not going to talk about. A couple of other more specific things that will happen or won't happen, or you know how it is. And let me actually write one down that I forgot about. So I feel more confident selecting from this list, and just whatever I'm feeling for that day, we'll do that one. In fact, let me go to, it's bracket fights, right? There's a website I'm thinking of? Yeah. So instead of tier maker, it's bracket fights. I don't know if we want to do one of these. Or, alternately, we could do Web 1.0 sites. I'm between these two. I'm going to get some links here. for everything so I can easily go to it. Or we could do tier lists, because I got a lot of hot takes. Oh, we could do a fast food one. I'm gonna write that one down. NeoCities. I'm gathering links for right now. Then we'll pick one, and then that'll be the second block. The NeoCities, and I am specifically looking for the random update. There we go. This one is that? Oh no, that's Ricardo. Okay. Wait, is the one next to it Neopets? Wait, this one looks awesome. We have to click this one. It doesn't even matter if we're not doing NeoCities. I want to click that one. Game Duel. I have a No, I can't tell you about the secret ones. I can't. Oh, it looks so. It's so dumb. What is this website? Oh, it's just more. Okay, I got it. Interesting. Weird. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. This one. Is this and then oh, you can't search my controversial anymore for you can't search my controversial for Reddit. Okay, well I wanna do new instead. That'll work. Don't ask me what I'm talking about. Don't ask me why I would need new Reddit messages for anything. And where is... Can I just get the image for this? I'm trying not to spoil anything by, Wait, list challenges. Interesting. How many have you seen? 50 films. If you've not seen 75% plus, your film buff credentials will be revoked. Oh yeah, this is a fucking stupid ass website. I'm absolutely adding it to the list. It's called list challenges. You're a fucking moron, idiot, stupid moron. I almost accidentally said a word that was bad. Okay, so let's do tier maker. Let's do faster. Let's take it. Let's take it how the wind guides us. Remember what I said here. It is a casual stream. I keep getting distracted. Okay, I need to talk about this. I need to discuss the elephant in the room here. My teeth are not gross. I pre-checked this. My teeth aren't that gross. It's the shadow, because this is all dark, so my face is obscured by shadow, and when I open my teeth, it's the shadow on the teeth. It's not actually like, it's not like plaque or anything. My teeth look fine. If I showed you, like, look at the teeth. They're fine. They're perfectly fine. It's just the shadow makes them look bad. Okay, get to the fucking tier list. Let's do NFL logos. Interesting. Not do I like the team. I actually really like this idea. Not if I like the team. It's do I think their logo looks cool. That's smart. But let me do the fast food one also. And I should write these down so I don't like redo old ones. I guess I could redo old. Yeah. Because more people start to come into the stream. It doesn't really matter. Okay, let's start with this one. Because I promised Fest and I got enough hot that I could crop this into a video. Trust me. So I need to start writing now. I've been neglecting converting Monday morning coffee content to video content. I need to not do that. I need to remember to write that down. Listen, this is what happens when you become a full-time tuber, okay? I'm not a full-time tuber, by the way. I do a lot of other stuff that actually makes money, and this is not, but it's very fun to do, so I still do it. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, the highlights, the stream highlights. So we said, so the last one was the last one was Armchair Detective, but we said we weren't going to do a highlight of it because there wasn't that much that happened. I don't even remember. What did we cover last week? That was last week, right? Yeah, the number one conspiracy podcast on the tube is a good. It sounds like we're coming back to. Oh, it was the phones. Yeah, there's not that much to it. There wasn't that much to it. I don't think we need to make a video on that one. Oh, the NeoCities website that I clicked, I thought was really cool. Unfortunately, there's not much to this, but I thought this was really cute. It's a NeoCities website about a person's Animal Crossing island, apparently called Tangerine, which is a great name for an island, by the way. Oh, it's so cute. But then really, nothing really happened. I mean, he has a Twitter. Please don't be NSFW. I don't know why it would. Tangerine's map. Aww. Look at that. That's cute. Okay. So best fast food / fast casual. I'm gonna keep the rankings as they are for this one. So once we get to the NFL logos, we'll do those as they come. But anyway, the fast food. Let me do a thing. I'm sorry. We're gonna get there. I promise. I do want to mark off if I've already done one. So fast food, I'm marking off. The logo one, I'm not gonna write down the sports logo one. Okay. I'll only get distracted. A&W. I've had the root beer. I've never been to the location. Arby's. When I was a kid, I used to like Arby's. And I could see why, because it's just like a pound of roast beef with like some sweet sauce on it. But the last time I went to an Arby's, I thought it was fucking terrible. So I think I grew in my palate, and I've decided that Arby's is not that good, but it's still not like the worst thing ever. I'm gonna put it as a C for now. Baja Fresh, never heard of this in my life. Blimpie, I think Blimpie is a East Coast thing. I haven't never seen one of these before. Bojangles is definitely an East Coast thing. Bojangles don't exist here. Boston Market. Boston Market, another one that I was at as a kid, and I remember it being pretty good. It's very basic stuff. It's like roast chicken, mashed potatoes, great. It's shit that you could just bake by yourself in your own kitchen for like a fucking just like a homemade like frozen dinner. But it was pretty good, so I'm gonna put it B. B for Boston. That's what that's for. Burger King is fucking terrible. Every single time I've had so there was a Burger King at my college campus, and it was the only burger place in the entire campus. I'm pretty sure it was the only place where you can get a burger. There was one other place off. No, there's two other places off campus. One was always filled with homeless people. The other one was decent, but it was pretty expensive for a college student. So really, your only slot was to go to Burger King. And there were a couple of times where I was like, I just want a fucking burger, man. I want a burger. I don't want to go to the place with all the homeless people. I don't want to go to the really expensive place. And for the expensive place was only there for like my last year. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to go to Burger King. I did that maybe 4 or 5 times my whole 4 years of being at college. All 4 times, 3 or 4 times, I shitted hard. Okay? Maximum shitted. Diarrhea, awful. Every single time. And I don't think it was a problem with that Burger King specifically, because I went to a different Burger King once. Once again, it was like a very I'm just really hungry for a burger and there's no other place that serves it. Same like state, but like different location. It was a different part of the city, pretty much. Still shitted. So I think this is just a Burger King problem, and also fuck Burger King. Cane's is great. I will have to say, it took me a while to get used to Cane's. This is like the exact opposite of what I just described, where there was a Cane's on my college campus, and it was all the way down. I had to walk for like 30 minutes to get there, but every Saturday, I took the 30-minute trek, the Canes, and I got that Caniac combo, and by God, was it the greatest thing about my week. When I first had it, because they first came to my state when I was in high school, and I had it, and I hated everything about it. I hated the environment because it's like a very like millennial, like, oh, look how cool and hip we are. The food, which is like, it was like chicken tenders. I was like, whatever. I ignored the coleslaw, big mistake. I didn't even think I touched the sauce. Jesus, a whole bunch of mistakes on my part. All I did had was the Texas toast and like the dry chicken tenders. I was like, oh, this sucks. And I for a while I didn't come back until I was in college. I decided, you know what, I'm hungry for some chicken. Let me go try the Canes. Now here's the secret to Canes. If you need to know it, let's assume that you have a Caniac combo, but they're all the same combo, right? It's the chicken, coleslaw, fries, Texas toast, sauce. Very first thing you do, you open up the coleslaw, you take your fries, you dip the fries in the coleslaw, or sometimes you just like get some of the coleslaw, put the coleslaw in your mouth, get the fries in, eat them at the same time. It tastes divine. Okay? You finish up the coleslaw, you might have a couple fries left, but at this point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to eat the Texas toast, kind of refine your palate, because you're getting to the entree part. When you finish the Texas toast, you take the remaining fries, if you have any remaining fries, and you open up the cane sauce. Okay? Once you do that, you dip all your fries into the cane sauce, you eat the fries, and then from there, and only there, do you touch the chicken, and of course you use the cane sauce on the chicken. If you run out of cane sauce in the middle of it, God help you. I don't know. You just make some of your own cane sauce at home, I guess. Ask for more if you're there physically. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the chicken doesn't really taste that good by itself. that's a complaint that I see a lot of people talk about, is that like the chicken itself is not that good. Honestly, it's not. But everything else, I mean, it's a meal. It's a combination of things, okay? That's what makes it good. Carl's Jr., a lot of you aren't going to believe me on this. I've never been to a Carl's Jr. I just haven't. Or, what is it called? Well, it's called Carl's Jr. on the West Coast. It's called Hardee's on the East Coast. I've not been to either. Checkers is another East Coast only thing. I don't think I've been to a Checkers. Well, I've had the fries, because the fries they have in the little like frozen bags. I like the fries, but once again, I mean I had the A&W root beer, and I'm counting as never had. So Chick-fil-A. Oh, I have some hot takes about Chick-fil-A. So first of all, Chick-fil-A is C, and I want you to pay very close attention to how I'm ranking these. So Cane's is S. If we're talking chicken, Cane's is S. Chick-fil-A is C. It's great if you just need sustenance. If you're just like, I'm hungry, then get yourself the chicken sandwich or the nuggets are my two go-tos. Get the Chick-fil-A sauce. If you're doing the nuggets, you could get the Polynesian sauce. The Polynesian sauce is also pretty good. Those are the only two sauces that I really like from there. But it's just like a sustainable fit. It's just like I'm fucking hungry and I need something to put into my mouth. That's what Chick-fil-A is. But it's good. I don't know if it's on the same level as Arby's though. That might be a little bit harsh. Maybe I'll put Arby's down to D. But that's just keep that in mind. Okay? Keep that in mind for when we get to a later person on this list. Actually, are they on the? Yeah, they are. Okay. Chipotle, is there... Okay, Q-Dub is on here. I'm going to do Q-Dub and Chipotle at the same time, actually, because I want to make a point. I want to make a statement with this one. Qdoba... Chipotle and Qdoba are pretty much the same place. The only difference is that one has queso and the other one does not. That's my argument. And they are both white-ass Mexican food, by the way. They're not gonna have like carumbas on the fast food nationwide tier list, so oh well. Church's Chicken. I've never had Church's Chicken. I've seen a couple of them, but I've never been there. Cookout. Um, the only place that I maybe could have gone to a cookout before, there's a place in a mall near here. Was that a cookout? Or is that something else? Cookout might be a East Coast thing. Where was the place that I went to? I want to check. No, it was not a. Okay, yeah, I've never been to a cookout. I don't know what that place is. Culver's. Another apparently controversial pick, which, fuck you. But if you think this is controversial, of course Culver's is S tier. The fuck are you talking about? What? You're gonna say Culver's is bad? There's like one thing. No. Well, no, there's one thing. There's only one thing that I can argue is bad about Culver's. I think because the patties are so flat, there's been like one or two times where I had pickles in them and I took a bite and I only had pickle. Now, I love pickles, but if you're an anti-pickle freak, then you might think that a taste like that is pretty gross. Um, the burgers are fine though. The burgers are great. The other thing I was thinking of is the fries because they have the crinkle cut fries, but their fries are always crispy. So, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm committing to that one. I don't have any other things. Del Taco, I went to this once and I shitted, but I'm not gonna count that because that's fucking whatever, man. Denny's, I've been to a Denny's like once in my life. I don't remember anything about it. Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza is like fine. But it's fine in the same way that Arby's is fine. So I'm gonna put it a D. Because Arby's, like, you could eat Arby's. It's not like diarrhea-inducing, like, cholera tier, like the Burger King. This is cholera tier. Is what this is. I don't think Domino's is that bad, but I think it's at this. Would I call it the same as Arby's? Yes, absolutely. DQ. I don't know if I want to rank DQ. I've had dessert from DQ, like everyone has, but I feel like in order for me to put this here in one of these slots, it's gotta be like I had the full meal from DQ because they do have dinner options, and I've never had one of their dinner options. I've only had desserts. Desserts are quite good. They're not bad, but I can't in good faith put this on the list. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all you DQ maniacs, you deeks out there. That's the official name. It's deeks. They had their website. Okay. El Pollo Loco is God. I don't know if I want to rank this though. I had El Pollo Loco once and it was fucking fantastic. It was so good, and all it is that's the one difference. The rest of these places, Cane's, fucking Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. We'll get the Popeyes later. All these places are fried chicken. If you just spin the formula and you do roasted chicken very well, that's a niche. If you want business knowledge, that's a niche. And El Pollo Loco dominates that niche. I remember El Pollo Loco being really good, but I don't know because I only had it once. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Like, I don't know. Because I talked about, like, I went to Del Taco once and I shitted. But I didn't put it anywhere. I feel like, to be fair, I have to say I never had El Pollo Loco. Because it's the difference between I had one experience and it was awful, and I had one experience and it was great. And all of these other ones, I can recount multiple experiences. So I'm not putting it on the list. Firehouse Subs is S tier. Firehouse Subs is the best sandwich store besides Ike's. I had to think about that for a second. The best sandwich place besides Ike's. And even then it comes close. Yes, I'm gonna commit to that. Ike's is Ike's on this list? If we got Ike's, damn, I want to have Ike's, but I don't know. I should, but I might still. Just once. Oh no, I should have done this list because that was making me hungry. Shit. Fuck. Oh, I might have Ike's. They don't have Firehouse Subs where I'm currently at. But back home they do. Otherwise, I would get Firehouse Subs probably. Is Ike's even open? Can I hold on? Let me let me go on a little bit of a tangent here. Let me open up DoorDash because I'm not going to the Ike's. The Ike's is in like the ghetto. It's in like the worst place. It's like in the worst possible place to put a sandwich store. Holy shit, it's so fucked. Where is it? Oh, it was a sponsored ad. They knew. Jesus, that's scary. Oh, it's up until 8 p.m. Oh, I thought it was a morning place. No, it just opened. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, I should know that too, because we always got that like really late when I was in college. Okay. Fucking whatever. I'm getting Ike's later. I've decided this. Ike's isn't even on this list, but if Ike's was here, it would be an S tier, right with Firehouse Subs. I think Firehouse Subs and Ike's are like the Dante and Virgil sandwich shops. They're right up there. They're very close competitors. Five Guys. This is the number one. I'm not gonna put on the list. I had Five Guys once in college, and I did not know how to order it because there was like 20 million options of like condiments and all this stuff you can put on. So when the lady asked me what I wanted my order to be, I was just like, I don't know, just put everything on there. And they put everything on there, and I realized midway through eating the burger that you're definitely not supposed to have it with everything. Because it tasted like shit. I could barely taste the burger. It was just a bunch of like fucking onion and pickles. And that was it. There was no burger to be found. And it was gross. But I feel like it was because I didn't know what to order. But I also feel like you should have like a definitive, like, what's your special, right? Like, what's the way this sandwich was supposed to be ordered? So overall, negative Five Guys experience, but that's like a, whatever. IHOP. Honestly, D. Honestly, not cholera tier. I've never gotten bad diarrhea from a IHOP. That's the way I'm defining this, is have I gotten diarrhea from going there once? And if the answer is no, if I haven't gotten sick from going there, then it can't be in cholera tier. IHOP, they got the blueberry pancakes with like the blueberry sauce, and you get like a fucking coffee, and it's like fucking whatever, man. It's fine. I would argue it's better than both Denny's and the Waffle House. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with Denny's and the Waffle House, but I would argue it's still better. So that's my argument. In-N-Out Burger. No, we're not putting Boston Market up here. I'm sorry, Boston Market's going down. I had to do a double take for that for a second. In-N-Out's B. Not as good as Culver's, but definitely up there as a place. And I'm gonna make the argument. I don't want to call anybody out by their name on this because I don't like to start drama on this live stream. But I just want to say one thing. I don't think you have to order the sandwich special in order for it to be good. You do not need to get animal style jack shit in order to get a good burger from In-N-Out. Their default menu is just fine. Everything tastes good. Their sponge fries are like spongy and it's interesting and it's not like weird and like soggy and gross. They're like straight and like crisp, but it's like an interesting texture to it. And their burgers are perfectly good. Their burgers are good. They're not Culver's tier, but they're good. That's what I have to say on that. No, I have to end every time I talk about something on this tier list with that statement. Whatever. Once again, you aren't going to believe me. I've never been to a Jack in the Box. Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box are always the ones that you look at and you're like, that's weird, and then you just never go there. You're like, oh, that place exists. And you just never, you go to, if you want like fast food, you go to like Wendy's. And then if you're really desperate, you go to McDonald's. And then if you're suicide tier, you go to Burger King. Wendy's on? Oh, Wendy's is on here. I have some things to say about Wendy's. But we'll get there when we get there. Jersey Mike's It's good. I feel fine with putting it at C tier with Chick-fil-A and Chipotle because these are both, well, sorry, C. These both are like pretty good. And the reason I'm putting this at C tier is of course because Jimmy John's is B. The stream didn't crash. I thought it was funny because my face was so. I really like the Vito from Jimmy John's, and I think because Jimmy John specializes in the Italian sub, and that's my favorite type of sub. Jersey Mike's. I mean, I had a good experience with Jersey Mike's. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna shit on Jersey Mike's. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna shit on Subway whenever Subway comes up. And yeah, I know, brother. I did make the sandwich. I don't care. I don't like Subway. Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's are good. They're not as good as Firehouse Subs and Ike's, but they're still good. They're still perfectly. And I don't. And if you want to talk in the comments about, oh no, the Stuka, you're wrong. It should be the Jersey Mike's is better than Jimmy John's. I go ahead. I'm not gonna argue with you. Do what you want. If you think Jersey Mike's is better than Jimmy John's, it's fine. You can even believe, Subway. Oh, I made the sandwich, and my sandwich tasted fine. I'm just remembering the post. I'm so glad that YouTube let me make this post. This is the number one. There's nobody here arguing with my take except for this person. Because people are retarded. But maybe I am. Okay? I don't like Subway though. Yeah, I made the sandwich and it was shit, and it's their fault that it's shit. In fact, I'm just gonna put it right now and call it a tier. Yes, I have gotten sick from eating Subway. It's not a very sanitary place. That's for sure. I've gotten sick. Although, to be fair, I didn't get sick from, I don't think I got sick from eating Subway. I think I got sick from being in Subway. If you've ever been inside a Subway before, that place is nasty. That place reeks. It's got like sticky stuff everywhere. The floors all look like bathroom, like piss floors. The whole thing, because it's like the weird tile stuff. All the like little murals on the wall are all like chipped and painted. It looks like I'm in the hood every time I'm at Subway. Where the fuck were we on this? Oh, Jollibee sucks, but I haven't gotten sick from it, so it's D tier. Jollibee is not good. The spaghetti is gross. The chicken is okay at best, and I don't even know what else Jollibee has. I'm not gonna argue with that one. KFC. Oh god. Now, okay, so now we're really getting to the chicken meta. So KFC. So who do we have? Who is on the table right now? We have Cane's at S tier. We have Chick-fil-A at C tier. We're introducing KFC and Jollibee, of course. We're introducing KFC. I would say KFC. I would say KFC is D, but better than Jollibee. So the middle ground, like I would still say KFC is better than Jollibee because KFC doesn't have anything that's like bad on its menu, right? Jollibee has the spaghetti, and that shit's disgusting. But there's nothing on the KFC menu that's like terrible. It's just all okay. It's just all fine. But it's nothing like, it's not blow me away like Cane's, and it's not like perfectly satiating. This is exactly what I wanted after a long day. So KFC is fine. I will say I have gotten sick from eating Little Caesars. I know, I'm sorry. I know the Little Caesars fans are on the rise. Little Caesars is making a big comeback in a big way. I understand. I've seen the discourse online. People like Little Caesars again. But I had the pizza once and I almost threw up. So I'm gonna put that comment. That's not true. That's a little bit aggressive. I just had some bad shitting afterwards. Long John Silver's. I've had Long John Silver's once. I can only imagine you eat Long John Silver's, you like die afterwards. That's really why nobody has ever had Long John Silver's before. It just feels like eating like fish from a fast food place. Like you are going to die. But I don't know. McDonald's isn't colored here. Once again, I know. I'm sorry. There's a big the McD maniacs are in high force. Gonna tell me to eat a McDick. I know. Ha. We all get the joke. But if I've gotten hardcore shitting. Okay, here. Let me make everybody happy. We'll do it like that. So, and according to the number of times I've shitted eating these meals, number one most shittings and fartedings are on Burger King. Second, Subway. Once again, mostly just from the flu from like being in the physical location. Little Caesars. Second, it only happened like once. And then McDonald's also only happened like once or twice, but I've been to like McDonald's a lot more than I have Little Caesars. They all did get me sick at some point. Moe's never been to this. Noodle Company never been to this. Panda Express is another one that I feel respectable putting it here. The Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Jersey Mike's, Panda Express all kind of give me the same vibes. It's like, yeah, I would go here. If this was like the only option in the food court, it's an easy one. I'm not struggling. I'm not begging for any other options. I'm like, if this is the only thing that looks appetizing, I'll go for it, and I won't complain. You know, I'm only here for, a couple of hours. I'll take this one. Panera Bread. Ooh. Panera Bread. It's pretty good, actually. Because Panera Bread has my weakness. Panera Bread has the bread. True, it does. But also, it has some mac and cheese. And holy shit, their mac and cheese is so good. And some of their sandwiches are pretty good too. So let me hold on. Panera Bread menu. I've seen this before. We used to order catering at my old job. There's a lot of Panera Bread. But we had to order online. So yeah, you got the half. You got half a sandwich, and you got the mac and cheese. Okay. And let me just. There's a lot of new options on this list. I actually don't like any of these. Turkey Bravo was pretty good. So my classic was always toasted steak and white cheddar. And it was a little bit strong sometimes with the horseradish. But overall, it was really good. And then once I got into a healthier stage, I used to get either the tuna salad or the... I don't think I got roasted turkey and avocado. I think I got, maybe it was deli ham? I don't know. Did I just get deli ham? I don't know. So you got one half of those. And then you got, the other one. And you know how it is. I don't know where I was going with that. But Panera Bread's a B. Yes, that's where I'm going with this. Panera Bread is a B tier for bread. It's a B for bread. Papa John's, I had Papa John's once. No, I can't. I can't put it in color tier. I have to be fair. If I've been there once, and it was a long ass time ago, it goes in never had. Because I might as well have never had it. And I remember my experience with some of these places, but if it's just the one, you cannot decide a tier list based on a single one-off choice. PDQ, I've never even heard of this one. I have no idea what that is. Penn Station East Coast Subs, well, I understand why I don't know what that is. I don't live on the East Coast. Pizza Hut, I haven't had Pizza Hut in a very long time. I'm going to put this in never had, but I mean, of course I've had Pizza Hut. Everybody's had Pizza Hut. I remember it being better than Domino's, but I don't know if that still holds up. Because Pizza Hut's had a lot of changes over the years. I don't know. I would have to try it again. It's just I would not know. That's another one I'm going to count. Okay, here's one of the real controversy. In fact, you know what? Let me get rid of the other ones that I haven't seen on this. Let's keep it the last couple to be just doing the ones in order that I've actually gone to. So, oh god, this is gonna be okay. So I'll start from the back because the first couple are actually pretty controversial. Zaxby's, have not gone to it. Wingstop, I've gone to like once. I don't really want to count that. This I've never heard of. Wiener Schnitzel, I went to a mall because they're always in the malls. I had like one. No, I had Auntie Annie's. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been to a Wiener Schnitzel then. White Castle, they don't really have White Castles here. Whataburger will be ranked. Wendy's will be ranked. That one's gonna be interesting. The Wawa's, that's on the East Coast. A Waffle House, I've been to like once. Torchy's Tacos, I've been to once. It was good, but it's a once. Yeah, I can't do one. I can't do a one. I'm sorry. That's cheating. Taco Cabana, never heard of it. Swanson's never heard of it. I can rank Steak and Shake. That was the homeless one that I was talking about before. Yeah, I've been to a Taco Bell. I've been to Sonic. Skyline Chili. I've never been to Skyline Chili, but every image that I've seen of it makes me want to throw up. So I'm putting it in color tier because of that. But we don't have Skyline Chili here in the entire west region of the United States. But the images have made me nauseous. So I'm putting that in color tier. Sheets, never heard of this. Shake Shack, we will rank. Schlotsky's, never heard of that. Sbarro, never been to it. Roy Rogers, never had. Quiznos, I mean, Quiznos used to be big. Do they still have Quiznos? Quiznos used to be huge. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know why they went bankrupt. And they got beat out by Subway, of all places. What the fuck, man? Okay, well, the last time Quiznos was big was like 2004, and I remember it being really good. But it was also 2004, and I was in like first grade. So, no, I'm not counting that. Potbelly, we had a Potbelly in our neighborhood, but I don't think I ever went there. And then Portillo's, God, I want to go to Portillo's. There's a Portillo's. They made a Portillo's right next to my college campus after I had already left. And I think they serve the cake shake, by the way. Because they only serve the cake shake in certain. They don't serve the cake shake in every Portillo's. They only serve that shit in some places. But I think the one at my college campus is one of the places that they serve it. But I've never been there. I never got to go there. Damn. But I will go there. So this is like a wish list item. Here, let me make a separate like a ad row below wish list / needs readdressing. Needs a new take. So Portillo's I would want to go to. Potbelly I would actually want to go to. I've heard good things about Potbelly. Quiznos, if they still exist, I would like to go there. I don't know if I want to go back to a Wingstop. I had a perfectly mid experience there. You know, I would go to an A&W, honestly. I've heard Blimpie is good. I've heard Bojangles is good. I mean, I would go to a Carl's Jr. and a Jack in the Box just so that I could say that I've finally gone to a Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box and didn't just see it driving through the like freeway and went like, oh, yep, there's that Jack in the Box again. DQ, I would like to try out their dinner items. Five Guys, as I said, I would like to try it again. El Pollo Loco, of course, I'd like to try it again. I had such a good experience last time, I just didn't come back. Denny's definitely seems like something I would want to try at least once. Checker, I've heard Checkers is good. Wawa. Well, Wawa's is the grocery store, but I've heard they have good sandwiches. And I would be willing to try Torchy's Tacos again. And I think that's it. I think the rest of these are known for having a bad reputation. Well, Cookout has a good reputation. The other ones have either a bad reputation or I just straight up never heard of them. So there it is. So now I've made the list a little less controversial. There you go. The rest of these I can rank, starting with, of course, Popeyes. It's going in B. This is the Trinity, folks. This is it. Number one, way at the top, Cane's. At the bottom, still pretty good, but at the bottom, Chick-fil-A. Right in the middle, the centerpiece. The yin and the yang, the thing that keeps good and evil connected and contained, that is Popeyes. Popeyes is great. I love Popeyes. I like the chicken sandwich from Popeyes way more. Way more. It's not even close to Chick-fil-A. Okay? I way more enjoy it. Because that's like it's crunchy. The pickles are thick. It's got like a huge helping of the, well, to be fair, you put the mayo on yourself in Chick-fil-A. But it does have a good helping of mayo on the Popeye sandwich. Their fries, I think, are way better because they have the Cajun fries. The waffle fries are alright. They stick to the sauce better. So if you're dipping waffle fries in the Chick-fil-A sauce, I would argue that that's better than Cajun fries. But Cajun fries by themselves compared to Chick-fil-A fries by themselves, it's going to be the Cajun fries. Additionally, any sort of like nugget or tender combined with the blackened ranch as a sauce is better than Chick-fil-A sauce. But Chick-fil-A sauce is more versatile, so you can use them in the fries. You can't really use blackened ranch for the Cajun fries. But I would still say, of course, Popeyes is better, but it's still, once again, not as good as Cane's. And a good thing about Cane's is its simplicity. They only have one thing on the menu. I think the reason Popeyes can kind of get a little shaky is that they have a lot of options, and a lot of those options are not very good. Also, their service sucks. Like, anytime I order from there, I'm always missing something. But that's not, the sandwiches themselves, like, the food is good. I'm just always missing shit, because they fuck up so much. Shake Shack, I've really come around to Shake Shack. In fact, I'm gonna argue they're S. I had a complete 180. Like, if you asked me 4 years ago where I would have put Shake Shack, I would have put it here. But I've come around. I think Shake Shack is S. Probably because it's the only fast food place in the city. That's a big reason. It's the only, we don't have Wendy's, we don't have McDonald's, we don't have Burger King, we literally don't have any other fast food. It's just local joints or Shake Shack. But of course the local joints are really expensive. So if you need a cheap burger, actually that's not true. There's one other fast food place here that's local, that's just kind of in the area, and it's really cheap. It's actually cheaper than Shake Shack. And that one's pretty good. But Shake Shack is like it is a fantastic burger for like a national food chain. Definitely. Is it as good as Culver's? That's a good question. I don't know. And they don't have the Habit on here. The Habit would make the Trinity. Because, spoiler alert, I'm not going to put Whataburger at S, even though I do like Whataburger. The Trinity of fast food chains is going to be Culver's for burgers. It's going to be Culver's, Shake Shack, and where the fuck I just said, Habit Burger. It's gonna be those three. That's my argument. Sonic is C. Yeah. There are some like go-to order items, and if it's late at night and you've been cruising around with your buddies and you get hungry and you see a Sonic, that's like perfect. That's like holy light. The holy light of Bethlehem is shining on you in that case. And you go there and you get your go-to order. Now, you gotta be careful though, because Sonic is one of those places where the menu is a landmine. Okay? There are some stuff from Sonic that sucks shit. There is some stuff from Sonic that's always good. The popcorn chicken, always good. The hot dogs, the Coney dogs. Some of them are good. I don't really like the chili. but it's like offer combinations of them that are good. The hot dog itself is good. The mozzarella sticks always good. Um, wide majority of the drinks always good. I mean, they're mostly a drinks shop. I think most people know that at this point. They're known for their drinks. They fuck up on very few drinks. I feel like. Of course, I almost dropped this entire water. Their cherry limeade, of course, is famous. Everybody else ripped off the cherry limeade, but they did it first. That's pretty good. Steak Shack, the food was good, but there was a bunch of homeless people there, so I'm gonna put D. Taco Bell made me sick after I had it. Taco Bell, yeah. I had Taco Bell once. I had Taco Bell once, but I'm counting this one because it was like a couple of months ago. This was Taco Bell used to be on the same level as Jack in the Box at Carl's Jr., where it was a very famous place I've never had before. But there is a Taco Bell like there. If I were to pull open the curtain, you would see a Taco Bell right there. So at that point, I'm like, there's no Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box here. But at that point, because the Taco Bell was across the street, I was like, okay, you know what? At everyone in the Discord, what is your favorite Taco Bell order? I'm going to have all of them. I'm going to review them. And I had them, and I remember it was like, okay, but then I shit it afterwards, and that was my that's my opinion on Taco Bell. Said I would not have it again. None of it was very good. And I had the Baja Blast, and the Baja Blast was fine. It didn't blow me away. It was like yo, this is kind of a cool flavor, but it wasn't like oh my god, this is incredible. It was like oh, that's pretty neat, but I think next time I'll just get Dr. Pepper like I always do. Wendy's, we gotta talk about Wendy's. Wendy's, arguably, truthfully, used to be here. For many years, Wendy's was up here. I have since heard it has gone to shit, and I actually have been able to have one meal from it post-shitting. I know this is never like one take, but I think this one's important because I would consider myself a Wendy's historian because I used to be a Wendyite for sure. I would get Wendy's every single week, and it was incredible. It was so good for like a generic fast food place, like easily the best, like generic, like on the same tier as like Burger King or McDonald's, easily the best one. But the state has fallen. I forgot. I was trying to remember exactly how that was. The Chud. What was the Chud Jack say? The West has fallen, but the West has fallen, and now Wendy's is not as good. That's what I was trying to say. And Whataburger's pretty good. I'm gonna put that C. Okay, so we have the fast food list. Holy shit, that took the entire hour. Well, at least now I know for future reference that the tier lists would be very easy content for Monday Morning Coffee. We sailed through that hour, and now I'm gonna go get Ike's. But thank you. This has been Monday Morning Coffee, episode number 65. So as I promised, as we talked about on this show, I'm going to switch up the formula a little bit. We're going to now just do, like, if we're filling tier lists, we're going to do tier lists. If we're filling Armchair Detective, we're going to do Armchair Detective, plus all the other mini things I mentioned here. There was another one I was going to add, actually. In fact, I could just add it right now. I can add the direct link, because I had it. I still want to do the logos, because I thought the logos were funny. Let me save these. Should I spoiler it? No. I want it to be new. Every time you say I want to do like football. Well, this one I'll spoil because I already talked about sports team logos by how cool they look. Not by how much I like the team, but how cool the logo is because I don't know anything about sports. I think that'd be funny. I want to do the same thing. Well, I've already done the Pokemon blowjob tier list, as all of you know. I am the famed creator of these Pokemon blowjob tier list that everybody's seen. Of course, the 535 Pokemon ranked by how good they would give a blowjob, having never played a single Pokemon game in my life. Yes, thank you. I did do that. So we're not going to do another Pokemon tier list. But everything else is up for grabs. Feel free if you have any tier list suggestions. Put them in the comments below. I don't know if I want to say that right after I gave you, like, I primed you with that historical fact. Also, bracket fights, also list challenges, anything. Anything that would be very easy to put the Monday Morning Coffee. Also, any of the duels. So, Game Duel, if there's any other, like, game like that. I can't probably, I'm not very good at a lot of those, especially the word ones. I fucking hate words, man. But if there's one that's like Game Duel, and I saw that there's a film one, but that one looks really complicated for me. Because you have to, like, think of, like, the actor or actress that's in the or like the person who's on the film crew. It's like, I don't know movies that well. If you showed me a screenshot, then I could probably guess it. Like, if you showed me, like, a scene from the movie, I might be able to guess it, but I don't think I'll be able to guess it. If it's, or, like, didn't they used to have Hurdle, which is the music one? I could probably do that one, too. Anyway, that has been Monday Morning Coffee episode number 65. Remember, if you have a game on, so youtube.com/Ashtukari, if you go to the community tab, there are the 2 polls of what we're going to potentially be playing tomorrow. Vote in them if you have a strong opinion one way or the other, because eventually, and I do see somebody actually voted for Final Fantasy VII Remake while I was doing the show, so somebody voted. But if you have your own opinion, you have not voted yet on those polls, go and do that, because that will decide what we are playing tomorrow. Very important, and especially important, because there might not be a second stream day this week, so we might only do the top 2. So, get your opinion heard, and I will see you